Okay, guys, so it was kind of a no-go, not really interested in us being able to do an investigation in the house, which is okay. You can't, like I said, things don't always work out how you want, um, which is fine because I don't want to. There is somebody living here, did not even know that. It obviously happened a while ago because the house was boarded up. Um, so, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go around and kind of talk to you guys a little bit about stuff that I did on this farm and where all the little things that happened. And um, yeah, we're just gonna go from there. So I'm gonna kind of show you around a little bit. So this is a barn, obviously, where I would go into. There used to be over here. There used to be pig pens. I think there was about maybe 5 stalls, 4 or 5 stalls with pigs in it. And I used to come out here, and it's gone now. It's obviously been torn down, but and this is let's say this is kind of the location where it was at. And I used to get up on the roof. Like, I made like a daily thing of it. I loved living on the farm. Farm, to me, like, it was peaceful because I could come outside and just be my own person, and it was just like a freedom thing. Some people are more city people, some people are more country people. It is what it is, but this is stuff I enjoyed doing. And so I used to go up on this pig pen, and I'd climb up, and it had a metal roof on it. And the roof, it was jagged, like it wasn't very safe. And I thought it would be a good idea to come out in flip-flops and try to climb this fence, because all the pigs were all trapped or all in the fence area. And so I climbed this metal fence, and I'd get on top of the roof, and I'd watch the sunrise or the sunset. It was a thing I did. So I'd go all the way to the other end of the roof, and I'd just watch that. And something I really enjoyed doing. It was peaceful, you know. So that was one thing I did. And one day, like I said, I came out in flip-flops, and I thought it would be smart to climb it, and my foot got caught on the metal and ended up slicing my foot open. And I didn't realize I could actually slice through my foot until I got on top of the roof and I like opened it up. It wasn't pretty. And so luckily my brother came out and he changed the oil in his car, and we were able to get my mom up and take me to the hospital and get stitches. I had a lot of fun out here though, you know, like, just look at this barn. It's old. It's obviously worn down. I mean, we're talking 20 some years ago is when I lived out here. And so a lot's happened since then. Just look at this, like, it's just big old open space. And I don't remember it all being cornfield. Yes, it was. I do remember that. It was all cornfield there. And it was just fun living out here, you know, like, just running around being a kid. I used to say I had this imaginary friend that I would hang out with here. Like, it'd just be me and my imaginary friend. That wasn't it. It was actually me and my sister, and I didn't even realize that. Like, seriously. So that was some of the stuff that I did when I lived out here. When I was really young, I went out and I buried a bird. I tried to save it. I put it in a box, and I fed it grass. I was 10. I don't know. I didn't have bird food. I didn't have any of that. Like, this is something I did. So I put it in the box. And birds are, like, some people say birds got, like, diseases and stuff. And so my mom wasn't too thrilled when I told her that I did this. But I buried it. It ended up dying on while I was in school. And I came back and I buried it. And I said a little prayer. And that tree right there, I buried it right underneath that tree. A little bit about some of the paranormal experiences that we had. So this was okay for me to come out here and just talk to you guys a little bit about some of the stuff that happened in the house. So my brothers, I showed you guys where the windows were. My brothers thought it would be cool to get a Ouija board. I didn't know what the heck a Ouija board was. I found out what a Ouija board was when I watched Witchcraft, or not Witchcraft, The Witchboard. You know, those old movies that were out. And that's how I figured out what a Ouija board was. But they would go in their room and they'd do these Ouija board, the Ouija board stuff. And I would be in my room, and I got up one day and I decided I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on. Like, I couldn't sleep, so I got out of my bed and I went, and they're in their room and they're messing with it. And my brother comes up and he just, hey, go back to bed, and just shuts the door. I'm just telling you from what I remember. I'm not sure if it's completely exact, but I'm telling you stuff that I remember. So I was like, okay, well, I knew it was in there, and I was intrigued. I was like, what does this do? Like, what kind of game is this? Right? So, so I had a birthday party. I was just turning 10. I just turned 10, and I had a bunch of friends over, and I decided I was going to go upstairs and grab this board while they were here. And it was nighttime, and my mom and my stepdad had bowling league. And so it was just me and my friends at the house. So I went upstairs into my brother's room, and I grabbed the Ouija board and brought it downstairs. And so we go downstairs. All we're doing is watching movies and having a good time and hanging out, right? So we go downstairs, and my friends had no idea what this was. I had to explain to them what it was, and I felt kind of weird because I'm just 10 years old, like, trying to explain to them what we're supposed to do. And the only reason I knew it is because of watching the movies, right? And so we're sitting down there and we're doing it, and it's nighttime and it's raining, like it's pouring outside. And I went, we started, I don't know if anything moved or whatever, like it's supposed to do on its own, but the next thing I know, the lights go out. The lights went out, and we had, you see that window right there? That's right below that room. So there is a window that's right underneath where my brother's room was. It's not where it's and that window, sorry, it's not where the sliding doors are. It's the one over. Basically, I believe, no, hold on, I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm lying. Hold on a second. I'll get there. Guys, I really, really wish we could have had an opportunity to actually investigate this place. But it is what it is. Gosh, this thing's been out here forever. I'm pretty sure it's like an old, what was it? Satellite dish? One of those real big ones? Okay, so do you see where it's boarded up right there? Next to that other, that sliding door? There was a window there. And basically, we had metal blinds. And the lights went out while we were playing it, and those metal blinds fell onto the ground. And all of my friends and I were just totally freaked out. We're just like screaming, and I feel like I'm like sitting there trying to calm everybody down. It's okay. The lights come back on, and I end up calling my mom, or my mom calls me. Sorry, my mom calls me, and I'm talking to her, and she's told me that the lights went out at the bowling alley too. I believe that's how that went. And they don't know when they'll be home back, and this and that. And I mean, what do you do at this point? Like, everybody's scared. And so I don't know, eventually we all kind of calmed down, and I put the board game away back where I got it, because I didn't want anybody to know that we played it, but yeah, we did anyway. And anyways, put the Ouija board back, and just tried to have fun for the rest of the night, right? And I was kind of a trickster. Like, I tried playing a joke on one of my good friends, and they used to have this thing where you put your hand in warm water, and while they were sleeping, like, it would make them pee their pants. I don't know, I'm mean, right? But it was fun. It was supposed to be a little joke, and I don't think it worked, if I remember right. And then we all just went to bed. Well, oh, wait, that's a lie. I didn't finish. So from that window, after that happened, a friend of mine and I went to the window. Not even kidding you. Not even kidding you. And I'm looking out the window, and I swear to God, I swear there was an apparition of a man with a hat on, holding a lantern outside the window. That is what I saw. My friend, I don't remember if she saw it or not. I know what I saw. And so it could have just been in my imagination because I was scared and we created it. I don't know, but that's what I saw. Later on, come to find out that this same apparition, from what I've heard, was the apparition that was following my brother. I don't know when this stopped. I don't know when the guy disappeared from my brother's life, but I know he was following my brother. And I don't know how to... My brother won't get on here and tell you all this because my brother's not a photogenic. He doesn't like photos or videos, so... But that is what he was saying, is this thing followed him everywhere. And so they obviously conjured something up. Another experience we had. So, is the first window that you see at the very top. That was her and my stepdad's room. And so my mom was upstairs one day and she was just cleaning the room, dusting, whatever she was doing. And my brother and I were sitting on the couch and we were watching The Price is Right. And it was almost like we were hypnotized into the TV. So we're watching this, and out of nowhere, we hear my mom scream upstairs. She's like freaking out, screaming, and we're running upstairs and we're going to see what's going on. Her door's shut, and we go in there, and what I remember is she was just scared to death. Kind of like in a fetal position on her bed. I don't quite remember exactly, but I know she was scared. And she kind of got on us and was like, why didn't you guys come when I called for you the first time? Or why didn't you guys come right away when I called for you? Or something like that. And we told her we only heard her call us once. You called us once, so we came running upstairs. No, she said she had called us more than once, and we had only heard her the one time. And what happened with her cleaning is her door to her bedroom slammed shut on her, and there were 3 knocks at the door. How freaking creepy is that? I don't even know how to explain some of the stuff that happened here while we were here. I mean, there are other houses we lived in that we had experiences in. I'm not sure if it was this house or the house we lived in Seney, Iowa. But there was an experience, I'll tell you a little bit about that one too, where what I remember, being very young, I didn't remember a whole lot, but there are stuff I remember. I remember my bed shaking at one point. My bed would shake, and I got up and I would run into my mom's room and stepdad's room, and I'd tell them what happened, and my mom would tell me, well, we lived by railroad tracks, and so I would tell them what happened, and they told me it was just the train going by, but it was shaking my bed. I mean, we lived fairly close to railroad tracks, so that could have very well been, the situation. But another experience I had there was my cat died. And I'm not sure if this was like an actual thing that really happened, but my cat passed away. And I remember a cat coming up onto the bed. And it could have been a cat we already had, but I remember I felt like there was something that jumped up on my bed or sat on my bed or moved the bed some way, shape, or form. So that was kind of a crazy experience as well. And I believe that's the house that also my brother slept in the basement. That's where his room was. That was his space. And they had a Super Nintendo. And I can't remember if it's this house or if it's the house in Seney. They had a Super Nintendo. And And the freaking Nintendo, he had a game system, I guess, downstairs, and then we had our TV upstairs. Well, that Nintendo system, like, somehow came up onto the TV on the upstairs. Like, how does that even happen? Like, how, please explain to me how that even happens. How does the Super Nintendo game that's not even turned on come on upstairs on the other TV? Weird stuff right there. I don't know, like, what else? Let's see. Oh, another thing with this house. My cats would freak out. My cat that we had at a time, his name was Lester, would freak out about the basement. Like, he didn't like it very much. You can tell when animals can sense this stuff, right? So he would get scared of the basement. We went out on Halloween night to go trick-or-treating and came home, and my mom swears that she turned all the lights off and we came back and every light was on. Crazy, creepy stuff. I was upstairs one night sleeping, thought I heard banging, like bang, 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 and it sounded like cupboard doors banging. So somehow I got the guts to go downstairs and look in the kitchen, and I'm pretty sure this was not a dream. It could have been, but I'm pretty sure it was not a dream. I was really young, like I said. I'm trying to remember back on all the experiences. And so I went into the kitchen, and it looked like some of the cupboard doors were actually open. Like, they were wide open. And then, like, I don't know. And then the next thing I remember is I'm running back up the stairs and getting into my bed and, like, covering myself up because I was so scared. I mean, there was, and I don't know if I can put this on anything, if this was an actual thing that had any spiritual thing that, or any spiritual situation or whatever the case may be on this, but we used to have a tree. We had a tree that was, let's see, it had to have been in this area somewhere. I'm trying to remember. So we had a tree around this area, and we'd have our dog. Our dog's name was Baby. We had our dog tied up. I love that dog. Like, one of my best friends, had so much fun with her. So we had our dog tied up, but I don't know if she was there. She had ran away at one point. And I had a bike, and I had put my bike up against the tree. And all of a sudden, they were calling for bad storms. And I don't know how to explain this situation, because to me, it seemed more like of a scary situation, like paranormal thing or spirit thing. But I ended up my stepdad came home and he told me I need to go put my bike in. Okay, so we used to be able to keep some of our stuff in there, store some of our stuff in there. And so that's what I did. I went and I came out here and I ran down, and the minute I could feel the sprinkles. I remember the raindrops as I'm running, and it's getting real windy. And I ran all the way to that door, and I opened it, and just when I got my bike inside, the freaking air just sucked that door shut. I'm gonna say that a funnel might have passed over or whatever, but it was literally it was literally there just as fast as it was gone. So I think my stepdad came running out to get me from the shed, and he came to get me, and I was all crouched down in the corner, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get blown away. I'm gonna get sucked away. I'm done. And it was when I came out of there, I swear to you, I saw the sun. Like, it was sunny, just out of nowhere. And it creeps me out because of all the weird, crazy experiences we had in this house, like how fast it was there and then how fast it ended. I don't know. This house holds a lot of crazy memories, and I just want to thank the guy who lives here for at least allowing me to come out here and speak about my experiences, speak about our experiences. I wish my brother would be able to sit down and like I could do like a little have a little talk with him about the entire situation and interview him, but that's not gonna probably ever happen. Anyways, I don't know what to say other than I absolutely loved living out here. The country is where it is for me. I know I've lived in the city. Too many people. I mean, I like people and I like going to conventions and I like doing all those things. But being in the country is just, it's a whole nother level of peace. I don't know. But I also used to, in that shed there, in there a lot with my invisible friend, which was my sister. Like, I can't believe that I considered my sister my invisible friend. But apparently her and I used to go in there. They had this one place in the back where they had like hay and all this stuff back there, and I would kind of hang on stuff. And my grandpa was a farmer. He passed away in 2016, but he was a farmer, and I liked getting on the farm equipment, like just sitting in there. I don't know. I mean, just so many different memories out here, and I'm just happy that I had a chance to actually share. Anyways, I do have a few more other. I can't speak. A few other locations that I have an interest in that I plan on going and actually investigating myself. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited and I'm nervous at the same time, because I really, really, really just I want things to work out this summer the way I feel like they should, you know? Anyways, I'm going to say goodbye and good riddance to this house. It was great getting a chance to come back out here and having the opportunity of talking to the person who lives here now. And I don't know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And I hope you guys are excited because there's going to be more to come. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share. I don't care. All right. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening.